Whew, I finally have the time to make part 4. I wonder when was the last time I posted.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Mahjong for Dummies! Part 4? 5-block theory. After playing for eternity with Yakus and shapes, you're starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, this game is just about luck. You feel like your hand is never fast enough. Either someone starts opening their hand and ends it quickly with a cheap hand, or someone always manages to Riichi before you. And yeah, you're correct. While it is true that luck is a huge factor in the game, what if I tell you that there's actually a way to get those fast Riichi and Tenpai for yourself? Let me introduce you to one of the greatest techniques in modern Mahjong, the 5-block theory. The goal of 5-block theory is to achieve Tenpai, in other words, Riichi, as fast as possible by always having 5 blocks in your hand. No more, no less. The key point is to choose the top 5 strongest shapes in your hand. If you have less than 5 blocks, make more shapes until you have 5 blocks. If you have more than 5 blocks, destroy them until you only have 5 blocks. And that's it. That's all you need to remember. See you in the next one. Bye! Just kidding. From here on out, I'll be giving more details on why this works and what shapes to keep. But I was not joking, that essentially all you have to do is to just keep 5 blocks in your hand and you'll automatically be shooting Riichi faster than ever. But first, go watch my previous videos on shapes and tile values, because the 5-block theory is really just their extension. The goal of Mahjong is to make 4 sequences or triplets plus 1 pair. That's 4 plus 1, which is 5 blocks in total. In other words, if you have less than 5 blocks, you'll never be able to win. And if you have 6 blocks, you will always have to destroy one of them. But potato, wouldn't having more blocks mean that you'll have bigger capacity of effective tiles, you may ask? Well, not necessarily. You see, in order to win, you will need to have 5 complete blocks. Note that the difficulty of completing blocks gets higher and higher as your hand progresses, because you will have smaller and smaller capacity of effective tiles as your hand progresses. Putting it in another way, going from 1 away to Tenpai is much harder than going from 2 away to 1 away. Terminology alert, 1 away means that you are 1 tile away from Tenpai, and 2 away means that you are 2 tiles away from Tenpai. While having 6 blocks might make it easier for going from 2 away to 1 away, going from 1 away to Tenpai will be much harder because you'll be forced to destroy one of your blocks and you'll end up with leftover tiles that are useless. Therefore, instead of having 6 blocks while you're still 2 away and ending up with really small capacity for going from 1 away to Tenpai, it is much better to just focus on 5 blocks and have more follow-up tiles for your 5 blocks to maximize your capacity on the harder stage, going from 1 away to Tenpai. To finish up, how do you choose the 5 blocks? If you've watched my previous videos on shapes and tile values, hopefully you'll know the answer already. Here are the 3 main points that you should remember. 1. Out of the 5 blocks, try to have as many good shapes as possible. 2. If you have to choose between middleweight and edgeweight, in general, you should choose middleweight because it's easier to go from middleweight to good shapes than it is to go from edgeweight to good shapes. 3. Because you want to Riichi with the good shapes, prioritize follow-up tiles for the bad shapes rather than the good shapes, so that the bad shapes are completed first and you can Riichi with the good shapes. A small note here is that out of the 5 blocks, 4 are for the sequences or triplets, and 1 block is for the pair. Although the pair will usually just appear naturally, don't forget to think about it if your hand has 0 pair. And that's it! Here's the summary of the 5-block theory, so feel free to screenshot it. I will now show you some examples on how to apply the 5-block theory. Let's take a look at this hand. We currently have a total of 3 blocks. That's 2 less than 5. So we'll need to make 2 more blocks. To make blocks, we'll need to use isolated tiles. So let's leave some tiles that are good for making good shapes. 3s, 7s, and 6 are great tiles for making good shapes. We drew 2 characters to make a complete block of 1, 2, 3. We still need to make 2 more blocks, so let's not cut 5 characters and cut green dragon instead. We then drew 1 bamboo to make 1 block of 1, 3 shape. We now have to cut either 5 characters, 3 circles, 7 circles, or 6 bamboos. For beginners, feel free to choose whichever you want. I personally chose 6 bamboos for reasons that I will write in the description below, but don't worry too much about it. We now just need to make 1 more block. We drew 4 characters the next turn, making our final block of 4, 5 shape. So now we have to cut either 3 circles or 7 circles. I chose 7 circles. We then drew 1 bamboo. Now, what tile should we cut? Here is where the 5-block theory shows its power. 1 bamboo here is a follow-up tile for the block 1, 3 bamboos. So, I recommend you guys to cut 3 circles here. Having this 1 bamboo in our hand increased our capacity by a total of 4 tiles. 2 tiles of 1 bamboo and 2 west wind tiles. In other words, you've increased from just having 1 middle weight into having 1 middle weight and 1 pair weight. This addition of 4 extra effective tiles is huge and must not be missed. Furthermore, having this follow-up for the bad shape will hopefully allow us to complete the bad shapes first and do Riichi with good shape 4, 5, waiting for both sides of 3 and 6 characters. Now, thanks to leaving the 1 bamboo in our hand, drawing the west wind tile here means we can Riichi with a good shape. This is truly the ideal situation. If you didn't know the 5-block theory and failed to cut the 3 circles before because, for example, you want to make more shapes even though you already have enough blocks, then you won't be able to Riichi at this turn. Now, imagine that instead of drawing the west tile, you drew 3 characters instead. Now you can only have Riichi with only 1 weight instead of 2. Either cut 3 bamboos and have a pair weight of 1 bamboo and west wind, or cut 1 bamboo and have a middle weight of 2 bamboos. Hopefully, this illustrates the importance of having a lot of follow-up tiles for the bad shapes, so that they can be completed first, just like this case, so that you can Riichi with good shapes. Now, let's have a look at this hand. This is an example of having 6 blocks. What happens when we drew the 6 bamboos? No matter what, we will need to destroy one of the blocks. Either destroy the edge weight 8, 9 characters or the middle weight 1, 3 circles. You see that after destroying the edge weight, we will be in the 1 away situation with a useless 9 characters. You're now waiting on 3 different tiles to reach Tenpai. 5 circles, 8 circles, and 2 circles. Imagine that instead of the 9 characters, you have 1 circle here. Now instead of 3 tiles, you're waiting for 5 kind of tiles. The previous 5 circles, 8 circles, and 2 circles, plus an additional 1 circle and 3 characters. Basically almost doubling your capacity for going from 1 away to Tenpai. Hopefully, from this example, you have noticed the importance of focusing on 5 blocks and having follow-up tiles. And that concludes today's video. For more advanced players out there, I would like to leave a remark that in some situations, you may not want to reach Tenpai the fastest. And so, in those very few special cases, the 5-block theory is not a priority. But really, the 5-block theory is very important in most situations, and it's the key for reaching Tenpai the fastest. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you enjoy, subscribe for more content, leave your thoughts and suggestions, and also if there's any topics that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Have fun with the games. Bye!